wonder what really keeps the water you drink clean or the food you eat safe? You know, the stuff we just take for granted. Well, it's not magic, that's for sure. It's actually a powerful set of unseen rules. So let's pull back the curtain and take a look at this invisible framework that's protecting our health every single day. You know, when we think of a health official, most of us picture someone with a clipboard, poking around a restaurant kitchen. And yeah, that's part of it. But this quote, this really gets to the heart of it. Environmental health is so much bigger. It's a whole system designed to stop problems before they even have a chance to start. So to really get how this all works, we're going to build this framework together, right here, right now. Think of it like we're constructing the pillars of protection. These are the absolute core rules that form the foundation of our health and safety. And I want to be super clear about this. These are not just some bureaucratic suggestions buried in a handbook. Nope. These are foundational principles with huge, real-world impact. They are literally the reason you can trust the food you buy or let your kids play at the park without worrying. These rules save lives, period. Okay, so every strong structure needs a cornerstone, right? That first essential block that everything else depends on. Well, in environmental health, that cornerstone is an absolute non-negotiable commitment to public safety. Everything, and I mean everything, is built on top of this one idea. So, how does this rule actually play out? Well, it means public well-being can never, ever be traded for an easier process or a bigger profit. It's just not on the table. Safety is the starting point for every single decision, every single time. No exceptions. And you'd be amazed how wide-reaching this is. This one principle touches almost every part of our lives. We're talking about everything from making sure a restaurant handles its food correctly to ensuring industrial waste is disposed of safely, to keeping our local water sources pure and clean. All right, our cornerstone of public safety is firmly in place. So what's next? It's time to add our action pillars. These are the rules that spell out exactly how professionals have to respond when they spot a potential risk to you and me. Now, this isn't just about random reactions. It's a really clear, logical protocol. First, the response has to fit the problem. Second, if something's seriously wrong, you don't wait around. And third, everything, literally everything, gets written down. Let's break each of those down. So this first action pillar is all about being proportional. I mean, you wouldn't use a sledgehammer to hang a picture, would you? The same logic applies right here. The response has to match the level of risk. This makes sure the system is both fair and effective. It's never overly harsh, but it's also never dangerously weak. And here's what that looks like in the real world. For a minor issue, a simple chat or a written warning might be all it takes to educate someone and fix the problem. But for a high-risk situation, or if someone keeps making the same mistakes, things escalate to formal enforcement. That's how public safety is guaranteed. Our second action pillar is all about speed and urgency. When there's a clear and immediate danger, think a foodborne illness outbreak or chemical spill, there is zero time to waste. You don't schedule a meeting or wait for Monday morning. The action has to be immediate, because any delay could be catastrophic. Now for our final action pillar, and this is one you might not think about, but it's so important. Documentation. This is basically the official blueprint of public safety. It's the detailed written record of what was seen, what was decided, and what was done about it. So why is all this record keeping such a big deal? Well, this paper trail is what protects the public by tracking issues over time. It gives you the solid evidence you need to back up enforcement actions. And maybe most importantly, it ensures transparency, so we can all see that decisions are being made fairly and for the right reasons. Okay, so we've got our foundation and our action pillars in place, but the whole structure is held up by something you can't really touch: character. This final pillar is a reminder that this entire system depends on the professional integrity of the people who enforce these rules. This is the human element, right? These folks have a lot of authority, and with that authority comes a massive responsibility to use it ethically. They're public servants, first and foremost, and their actions have to reflect the public's trust in them. The expectations here are crystal clear. It's pretty black and white. On one side, you have to act with integrity and respect. On the other side, there is absolutely zero tolerance for abusing your authority, playing favorites, or showing up with compromised judgment. The stakes are just way too high for any of that. And there you have it, Our complete structure. We started with that cornerstone of public safety, we added the action pillars of response and documentation, and we supported the whole thing with the character pillar of integrity. So let's step back for a second and see what this whole system actually builds for us. This is really the most important question, isn't it? After all these rules, all these pillars, what's the end result? What does this invisible framework actually mean for you, for me, for all of us living our lives every day? And that's really the key. This entire framework is like a silent guardian. It's this powerful system of rules and dedicated professionals who are constantly working in the background to protect us. It makes sure the places we live and work and play are safe. So the next time you take a sip of clean water or enjoy a meal out, just take a second to remember the unseen rules that made that simple, safe moment possible.